Dover Motor Speedway had never hosted NASCAR's All-Star Race before. The concrete banking, narrow racing grooves, and million-dollar prize created the perfect recipe for aggressive driving. But nobody expected what happened just 120 seconds after the green flag dropped. A three-wide battle at the back of the pack. A split-second decision. A violent impact. And then flames. Massive, terrifying flames engulfing Ryan Preece's car as 9 championship-caliber drivers watched their all-star dreams disintegrate. Kyle Larson, the 2025 Cup Series champion, hit the wall hard. Chase Elliott, NASCAR's 8-time most popular driver, became an innocent victim. Ryan Blaney desperately scrambled to save his race. John Hunter Nemechek, who had earned pole position for the next segment, saw his perfect preparation destroyed. This wasn't just a crash. This was a controversy that exposed everything wrong with NASCAR's All-Star format. Dover Motor Speedway earning All-Star hosting rights represented a massive gamble by NASCAR. The Monster Mile features one of the most challenging surfaces in motorsports, high-banked concrete that punishes even minor mistakes. The narrow racing groove forces drivers into intense battles for every inch of track position. Add the All-Star format into this already volatile environment and you've created something dangerous. The format demanded aggression. 3 separate segments with field inversions meant every position mattered from the opening lap. No backup cars were permitted, a unique rule that turned mechanical failures or crash damage into automatic elimination for most drivers. Only those already locked into the final segment through previous All-Star victories could attempt repairs and rejoin. Denny Hamlin started from pole position despite spinning during qualifying, a bizarre situation that previewed the unpredictability ahead. 36 cars took the green flag with everything to prove and nothing to lose. The stage was set for chaos. Nobody anticipated it would arrive so violently and so quickly. Turn 1, lap 2. Ryan Preece in the number 60 RFK Racing Ford was fighting 3 wide with Todd Gilliland's number 34 Ford and Kyle Larson's number 5 Chevrolet. These weren't backmarkers content to ride around. Larson was the defending Cup Series champion, and everyone was racing like the $1 million was already on the line. The 3-wide battle stretched from the exit of Turn 4 all the way to the front stretch. Preece occupied the high line against the outside wall. Gilliland ran the middle. Larson protected the inside. As they approached Turn 1, Preece drifted down the banking. Whether he didn't realize Gilliland was still there or simply misjudged the closing rate, the contact was inevitable. The touch appeared light, almost insignificant in real time. But physics doesn't care about intentions. Preece's no. 60 Ford snapped sideways, backed into the outside wall at full racing speed with a completely full fuel tank, and the rear end exploded. Flames immediately engulfed the back half of the car as it slid down the banking. The image was terrifying, orange and yellow fire consuming the vehicle while it continued sliding toward the infield. Safety crews responded instantly, but the most important moment came when Preece's window net dropped and he climbed out under his own power. The collective exhale from the NASCAR community was audible. He was okay. But 8 other drivers caught in the expanding chaos weren't celebrating anything. When Preece's car backed into the wall and erupted in flames, the chain reaction was instantaneous and catastrophic. Kyle Larson, trying to avoid the initial contact, slammed the outside wall and suffered significant right-side damage. His championship pedigree and 3 previous All-Star victories meant nothing in that moment. His car was wounded and his race compromised. Chase Elliott, running in a completely different lane, became collateral damage as cars scattered trying to avoid the carnage. The 2020 Cup Series champion and 8-time most popular driver had done absolutely nothing wrong, yet his Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet absorbed heavy damage. Daniel Suarez immediately fell off the lead lap after contact knocked him off pace. Cole Custer hit the wall so hard that safety crews had to help extract him from the damaged vehicle. John Hunter Nemechek's situation represented perhaps the cruelest twist. His number 38 Front Row Motorsports Ford had won Saturday's Pit Crew Challenge, earning the fastest 4-tire stop and guaranteeing him pole position for the second segment. He had prepared perfectly. His team had executed flawlessly. And then someone else's mistake spun him into the inside wall entering Turn 1, destroying the advantage he'd rightfully earned. Ryan Blaney, the 2023 Cup champion with 2 All-Star victories already on his resume, watched helplessly as cars tangled underneath him and came up into his racing line. Todd Gilliland, the initial contact point with Preece, suffered race-ending damage. Michael McDowell joined the casualty list. 9 cars. 9 teams. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. And countless championship dreams shattered before the race truly started. The Monster Mile had claimed its victims. After medical clearance from the Infield Care Center, Ryan Preece faced the media and immediately took accountability. "I'm fine, but I seem to take big hits," he admitted. "I don't know what happened. Obviously, I got to see a replay, but if it was anything, it was probably close on my part going into turn 1 and just got sideways. If it was my fault, I'm sorry." Tough way to not finish a race on lap 1. Notice the language. No deflection. No excuses. No blaming track conditions or aggressive racing or the All-Star format. Preece owned his mistake. Later on social media, he doubled down on this accountability, fully accepting that his aggressive move had triggered the 9-car disaster. This wasn't his first controversial moment either. Earlier in the season, Preece had been involved in aggressive driving incidents with Ty Gibbs at Texas that drew NASCAR penalties and widespread criticism. Some fans began questioning whether this represented a pattern of overaggression from a driver who hadn't yet learned when to push and when to back off. But others appreciated his immediate honesty and willingness to admit fault rather than shift blame. Ryan Blaney's frustration was palpable. "I didn't really see much. I knew they were 3 wide ahead of me and it looked like someone got hooked or something. I thought I missed the main wreck that happened above me, and then I think some guys got tangled underneath and came up into me. Just stinks. I don't know if we can get it fixed or not." His team immediately rushed to grab replacement bumpers and components from the garage, desperately hoping the damage was reparable since Blaney was locked into the final segment through his previous All-Star victories. Chase Elliott's perspective reflected both innocence and regret. "It was pretty wild. I hate to get caught up in that. I knew better. I saw it getting crazy. I should have bailed." But knowing he should have avoided the chaos didn't repair his Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. The team quickly determined the damage was terminal. Elliott's night was over, his $1 million opportunity eliminated through absolutely no fault of his own. John Hunter Nemechek's statement captured devastating unfairness. "I think I got tagged in the left rear. Everyone was just trying to check up not to hit him. I got spun and hit the inside wall getting into turn 1 and ruined the race. We should be starting on the pole here for the second segment even being wrecked. Sad day. Tough day. It sucks that we weren't racing for $1 million. Perfect preparation destroyed by someone else's mistake." Kyle Larson refused to surrender. His championship-winning crew immediately went to work, making extensive repairs to the battered number 5 Chevrolet. The 2025 Cup Series champion wouldn't let a lap 2 incident end his All-Star race without a fight. After frantic garage work, Larson returned to the track for the final 200-lap segment, proving once again why he's considered one of NASCAR's elite talents. But the damage ran deeper than bodywork. Halfway through that final segment, his car suffered power steering failure, almost certainly related to the earlier impact, forcing his retirement with 60 laps remaining. He had fought back with everything he had, but the damage from lap 2 proved insurmountable. Ryan Blaney's team also managed repairs sufficient to get him back on track for the final segment. But like Larson, he competed at a severe disadvantage, his damaged car unable to perform at the level his championship credentials deserved. Both drivers were locked into the final segment through their previous All-Star victories, giving their teams the time needed to attempt repairs. But competing with compromised equipment against fresh cars made their $1 million chances nearly impossible. The Dover disaster ignited immediate debate about NASCAR's All-Star format itself. The 3-segment structure with field inversions actively encouraged aggressive, risky racing from the opening lap. Young drivers fighting for respect and recognition had everything to gain and nothing to lose by taking chances early. The no backup car rule meant eliminated drivers had no second chances, while locked-in drivers faced desperate repair battles with limited time. Did this format create entertainment or just demolition derby chaos? The evidence suggested the latter. Another 9-car crash near the end of the first segment involved Riley Herbst, Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, who received penalties, Christopher Bell, and A.J. Allmendinger. John Hunter Nemechek was caught in both incidents. Dover's concrete surface combined with the all-star format was producing carnage, not championship-caliber racing. Social media erupted with passionate opinions. Kyle Larson fans expressed fury that the reigning champions' night ended before it started. Chase Elliott supporters were livid that NASCAR's most popular driver got collected in someone else's mess when he should have been competing for $1 million. While chaos consumed the field, Denny Hamlin simply raced smart. The Joe Gibbs Racing driver started from pole position and avoided the early carnage through patience and discipline. Hamlin led the final 30 laps and crossed the finish line 0.887 seconds ahead of teammate Chase Briscoe to claim the $1 million prize. His post-race comment was revealing, "I liked our car. It felt like we were pretty strong." But the question lingered, did Hamlin truly win the race, or did everyone else lose it? His third consecutive Dover victory was impressive on its own merits, demonstrating legitimate speed and execution. But the chaos surrounding the race forever colored its legitimacy. The final running order told a story of survival rather than supremacy. Denny Hamlin won. Chase Briscoe finished second. Eric Jones completed the podium. Austin Dillon and Connor Zilisch rounded out the top 5. Toyota dominated, but not necessarily through superior performance, simply by avoiding the carnage that consumed so many others. Ryan Preece's reputation took hits extending beyond this single incident. His earlier season controversies with Ty Gibbs at Texas had already drawn NASCAR penalties and fan criticism. This Dover crash wasn't an isolated mistake, it represented a pattern that fans were noticing. 2 laps. That's all it took to transform NASCAR's All-Star Race from championship opportunity into burning controversy. Chase Elliott eliminated as an innocent victim. John Hunter Nemechek's perfect preparation destroyed. Kyle Larson's resilience ultimately broken by damaged equipment. Ryan Blaney locked in but severely disadvantaged. Ryan Preece guilty but immediately accountable. The Monster Mile earned its menacing nickname. But the real question remains unanswered. Was this simply aggressive all-star racing, or does NASCAR's format actively create destruction instead of competition? If you enjoyed this deep breakdown of what really happened at Dover, smash the like button and subscribe for more unfiltered analysis the mainstream media won't touch. Drop a comment below, was Preece solely at fault, or does NASCAR's all-star format share the blame? Share this video with your NASCAR community because these conversations matter for the sport's future.